Alrighty, I'm going to be doing a sprinkler video at my dad's house. I've got the sprinkler scheduled to come on like less than a minute. They start in the side yard. We have 6 zones. We originally had 4. I added 2. I've done videos of the sprinkler system a lot. This is one of my dad's. Yeah, we originally had 4 zones and I added 2 zones to it because 4 isn't enough and they put way too many sprinklers on a lot of the zones. I'm gonna open the gates here. So zone 1 is starting up. This is like the side yard and south backyard zone. So it originally had 18 sprinklers on it, kind of like zone 2, but we capped a lot of them. So this is zone 1. We got this sprinkler here. And there's one over there. There's one there. And there's some more over here, like this one here. There's 2 by the road over here. There's this one here. There's this one here. There's a better view of that one. There's that one. There's this one here. Kind of by these bushes. There used to be one there. There used to be one there. There used to be one like right here somewhere, and then there used to be one like right there. And then there's 6 more in the back. There's one like right there. There's one right there. There's one over there. I don't know if you can see it. This one was capped, but I uncapped it. It's still kind of in the rocks, but it gets that area better. And there's this one. This one has a hard time. It's supposed to rotate, and lately I happen to manually have to do it. So there's that one. There's this one here. There's that one across there. And then there was originally, I think, I've talked about this before, I think when the sprinkler system was installed, this patio here was not here, but this part was. So I think zone 1 had one more right here, but it's probably gone now. So like zone 1 is probably one here, and then, but it's capped now. So there's just these ones now. So there's that one over there on zone 1. I'm doing each zone for 5 minutes, so this video should take like 30 minutes around that time. Kind of long, so sorry about that. If you like sprinklers, it'll be fun. Here's these ones close up. I don't mind getting wet. It's hot right now. There's that one. And I kind of mind. I prefer to not get wet, but I'm okay getting wet. There's that one again. There's that one again. And all this gunk here is from when we cleaned the gutters a few weeks ago. But yeah, there used to be one there and all around there and stuff. So I'll let you get a look at these again. And this side yard, it's like the side yard, south back zone. And this one does a 360 here. This one also does a 360 here. They're the same nozzle. And there's this one here. I always thought it was weird how they didn't put one there, but they put one over there. Like come on. I kind of wish that they put like one here, there, and there, but no, they just put 2 in the middle in the mediocre way. And then this one here, which I have it doing a 180 because that mailbox there blocks that sprinkler to get this area, so yeah. And this one used to do a half, but then when we had these stupid rocks here, now it doesn't, so. So it gets all that area pretty good. This one's got the R nozzle, the R rotary nozzle. It's different than these ones here, which are the R vent nozzles. R vent nozzles have 3 colored rings. This one's the velvet red one, the red velvet one. That one shoots the farthest. There's one with a beige nozzle, which was, let's see, there's one over here, if I can make it fast enough before it switches. There's this one here with the beige nozzle. That one is in the middle, and then there's some with blue nozzles, like a light blue, and those do like the least amount. They're adjustable from 0 to or 45 to 270, and then there's 360 ones. This one's the red velvet nozzle. Those ones shoot the furthest. The beige ones are in the middle, and then the blue ones are the least furthest. And for the R rotary nozzles, there's 2 rings. This one has the yellow ring here on the side, which is the further one, and then there's one with a black ring that's not as far. And the dots in the middle mean how far they spray. They're a set, like a fixed adjustment, so I can only do one thing. Orange dot is only 180. Blue dot, which were those two, are only 360, and then the yellow one, which is the one of this one on zone 2, is only 90. So it should come up. This zone has 18 heads, so just like zone 1, it used to have 18 heads, but now it comes up easier and it works better because a lot of them are capped. But this zone still has 18 heads, so they're the pressure's low on it sometimes, especially at night. And as you can see, this one's also an R nozzle, and it's got the yellow dot, so it's just a 90 degree. And this one's one of the R band nozzles here. And this one's one of the R nozzles again, just the 180 degree there. And then there's this one here. And this is like the park strip, north front yard and north backyard zone. It's really ridiculous design. It's kind of like zone 1, but on the opposite side of the lot. Skips across one right here and goes all the way to here for some reason. I don't know why. This zone is like really bad setup, but it's interesting. It's kind of fascinating that people do that. Those 3 over there. There's one like right here, if I can get to it. Yep, one right there. There's a fixed 360 R band nozzle, and then another R band nozzle, then R rotary nozzle. There's this sprinkler under the fence here. I think this fence was, I know this fence wasn't put in until after the sprinkler system was put in, because obviously this one was a half when we moved in, and this fence is here, so, and that's obviously like the one on the other side there wouldn't have been, like if the fence was put in before the sprinkler system, they'd have a sprinkler there and a sprinkler on the other side if they were smart, but you know. So I changed this one to a quarter. And there's that one, and that one under the fence again. One right there. And then nothing here, but then over here on the other side, there's these 2 here. This one, and then there's like one right here, which originally was doing a 270, but I changed it to 90 so it can save pressure for the other sprinklers on this zone, because this zone doesn't have a lot of pressure anyways, so yeah. And plus we don't need it to do 270 to get all of this, because the other zone gets this area all good, so yeah. That's all zone 2, basically the park strip, north front yard and north backyard. Really weird. Really weird. Oh, spraying me. That one floods, this one is just all that. That one, there's this one here. Gets up to like right here, and then there's this one here, and I don't know if it's from that sprinkler or if there's a pipe broken, but right here it takes a couple of minutes, but this area floods right here, like a pool there, which isn't good. So I don't know if one of the roots from these trees is breaking the sprinklers. I don't know if the pipes are old or what, but I know that's not good. But no, don't really know. It's not like a big deal, but it's like really like a bummer. And this one right here, I've always been able to like feel mushy grass here whenever it's on, so I know there's something up with this one. This one is a regular one. It works fine. I've noticed a lot of the sprinklers on this zone and on this system originally were like that tall. I can't remember, I think it was like a 2 or 3 inch pop-up, which I haven't seen those before. That's like older system stuff. I've seen most sprinklers, the pop-up sprays, they're like pop-up like I don't know, like the sprinkler that was by the basketball hoop was like a normal size sprinkler, and I think there's one in the backyard on this zone that's a normal height for the sprinkler pop-ups, but I think back then it didn't exist, I guess, when the sprinkler system was installed, so I don't know. But like most sprinklers have like tall pop-ups, not the ones that like the 1 foot pop-up side. Like, see this one right here? See how like, see how tall that is? Like, the normal, it's like, I don't know how many inches it is, 4 or 6, I don't know. Some of them are shorter, and then there's like the short ones, like that one right there, which you can kind of see it's just like a smaller one. I don't know how many inches that is. But it's good that this one's like that originally, because otherwise it would break from popping up on the fence, or the fence would break it or something. But this one doesn't really pop up at its, all the sprinklers don't pop up at the height they should, because the pressure's really low. I think it's switching to zone 3 now, which is in the backyard. It's like the backyard middle. Yeah, there's that one, and all these are kind of cool how it makes the grass look like that. So there's this one here. This is a maxi paw. These are the good sprinklers. Oh yeah, it's gonna spray me. There we go. That one there has a yellow nozzle there. I think all of them have yellow nozzles except for the one by the patio. So there's this one here. I'm gonna have to run to get to this side because it's really fast. This one's a mini paw. It does good. This one's a maxi paw. It's the one with the beige nozzle. That one has a yellow nozzle. That one has a yellow nozzle. This one's got the beige nozzle. And I have the bigger nozzle on this one, so it can like get all this area better and shoot out more water, and the other ones too. But yeah. The beige nozzles put out more water, so it sprays all the way up to there. And then there's one more over here, which I can't ever make up my mind. Usually I have it doing like 90 degrees to where it stops right there, but this area started dying, and I was like, you know what? I know I like to swing when the zone's on, but I'm gonna try to have it do it at 180 so it can get this area too. So I'm having it do a 180. This one's got the top missing, but it works properly. It's been like that ever since we moved here. It's been like that for years and years, and this side of the fence is like always full of snow in the wintertime and ice in the wintertime, and like the water never evaporates out of that sprinkler for some reason. And so leaves and ice and mud will be in there in the wintertime. It doesn't break it. The sprinkler's tough, and it's really great that it never breaks from what people would say, oh, you're gonna break your sprinklers, you're gonna break your pipes with ice in there expanding and every spring and thawing every spring and whatever. But yeah, that sure happened. Yeah, no, it's been fine for like years and years and years. It's been fine, so it's always nice to know that. So that one, and then these ones here again. This is all zone 3, the backyard middle basically. That one's super fast. This mini paw's really fast. Oh yeah, and that one over there has a yellow nozzle. That one has a beige. This one has a yellow, and that one has a yellow. It's always cool to see how fast these go sometimes. I really like these compared to rotors. But I did, the neighbors over there, they have some rotors that are, they're Rainbird 5000s, but the original system had like not R20s, R50s, like Rainbird R50s, which are a type of rotor, which I actually kind of like those. I don't know if they're older style or what, but R50s or whatever they're called, they actually move fast. Like rotors that move fast are great anytime. Because most rotors take a million years to rotate from one side of the yard to the other side of the yard. And it's really ridiculous. And people are like, oh, rotors are better and they water better. Yeah, that's some bull, because they barely even rotate. And there's orbit ones that I've seen that don't even rotate at all. And you have to like, I don't even know, but I have to replace them because of that. But Rainbird 5000s are, I mean, I've had them, they work properly, but they're just so slow and boring. These are definitely better. But I will say, I will give an applause to the Rainbird R50s, because they're rotors that actually move fast. So I'm okay with those. They are weird to adjust. I looked up a video. Most Rainbird rotors, or most rotors I've seen, there's like the screw, and all rotors are a pain to adjust compared to maxi paws. Just so you know, maxi paws you can adjust them without any screws at all, and it's just perfect. You can adjust them with your hands, but rotors, no. You have to have all these tools and screws and all that. You have to have a screw to adjust the how far it sprays in the front, where the arrow is. You have to have a screw to adjust the where it turns, and once it gets to the left side, like say the left side stopped there and you wanted it to stop there, guess what you have to do? You have to turn the whole head, which is ridiculous. Don't have to do that with maxi pause. But anyways, but the whole head to get it to go there, and then you have to adjust this part again. It just takes you forever, and a lot of people, I'm surprised they know how to do it. Anyways, but there's, yeah, rotors are like that. But those R50s though, there's the adjustment screw where you adjust the how far it sprays. But then there's, I guess from what I saw in the video, there's like a ring at the bottom of the sprinkler, kind of where it pops up that you turn to adjust where it sprays. I'll have to try it sometime. I've seen R50 rotors before, but I like how fast they move. This is zone 4, the middle, the front yard middle. And this one's got 11 sprinklers on it, 11 pop-up sprayers. So there's that one there in the middle, that one there, that one over there. There's that one there. And then, yeah, see, this is the weird part. Zone 2 goes from the road to over here and skips across the sprinkler right there. So I always like, see, this is zone 2. Zone 2 is over there, but then there's this one on zone 4, which was weird. So that one on zone 4 here. And there's like one here on zone 4, which is in front of that one on zone 2. So zone 4 is here, and there's those ones in the middle. This one on zone 4. There's that one in the middle. Then there's this one on zone 4. Then there's this one on zone 4. And there's this one here, which I think I have to adjust it for some reason. It kind of moved. There we go. Look at that area better. That one there in the middle, and then there's this one here in the corner, and then there's this one again. This one's kind of bent. Well, a lot of them on this system are, especially the one over by there, the one right there in zone 2, and then that one's kind of bent also. As you can see, it's like bent and it shoots more that way, so that's why the spot kind of dies. That one's bent the other direction. This one I added a new nozzle, so this one actually kind of sounds interesting, but it sprays further because the other one just wasn't working well, so I put that one there. It rotates really slow, but it works. It's one of those K-Rain nozzles, which I had on zone 1 in the bushes over there, because, yeah. But the rest of them are R-bands and R rotary nozzles. This is all zone 4. This was originally the last zone, but then I added 2 zones that get the rest of the backyard, so I'll show you those. So, yeah. Yeah, I always thought it was interesting how that is. Like, and this one's kind of bent too, as you can see. It's kind of like tilted that way a little bit, like up a little bit, so. But it works properly. I always kind of think it's interesting how some sprinklers are bent like that. I saw this one. This is when I was little at my mom's old house. Well, we had a big yard. We had 10 zones. We had, our sprinkler system was really cool. We had, zone 1 had 10 pop-ups. It was in the front yard by the street, and then kind of in the other part of the front yard. Zone 2 had 10 pop-ups, which was in the middle of the front yard, kind of by the sidewalk and stuff. Then this one went back and forth, but zone 3 was in the side yard and had 10 pop-ups in part of the backyard. Zone 4 was in the backyard. It had 4 maxi paws against one of the fences. It was like the south fence, and there was 4 maxi paws. And then zone 5 was in the middle of the front yard, like the middle of the front yard. There was like 4 sprayers. Zone 6 was by the patio, which I did do videos of zone 6 of this one like a long time ago. And then I did a video of zone 7. It's called zone 6 running and zone 7 running. At that time, that was after I rewired them, but zone 6 was the same, but zone 7 was originally zone 9. I rewired them because it went back and forth. It went after zone 6 was zone 7, which was like the front yard garden. There was like 7 sprayers on there. Zone 8 was in the backyard of the middle of the backyard, like far in the backyard row, like there was a few zones in the middle of the backyard, but it was like the further one by the trees. Zone 8 was 4 maxi paws. Zone 9 was 4 maxi paws, which I did a video of it, but it was at that time I changed it to zone 7, which was zone 7 running. There was 4 maxi paws in the middle, and then zone 10 was like the last zone, which was in the very back of the yard by the back of it, by the playground and stuff, which was also 4 maxi paws. I missed that sprinkler system, and That house was really big too. There was a lot of sprinklers and stuff. There was, but originally, cause yeah, they went back and forth. So I think I changed them, rewired them when I was little to go. Zone 1 and 2 were the same. It went zone 1 and zone 2, and then zone 3 instead of being zone 5. The front yard middle ones, I changed that to zone 3. Then I changed the one in the garden to zone 4, which was zone 7. Then I changed zone 5 to the ones that zone 4 used to be, the maxi pods by the fence. Then I changed zone 6 to, oh no, zone 6 was the same. And then zone 7 was the one where zone 9 used to be. And zone 8 was the same, and zone 9 was like the backyard, and zone 10, which we had capped at the time because we added rocks in our side yard, would have been the side yard which zone 3 used to be. So here's zone 5. It's over here somewhere. Yep, there it is. This is one of them I added. It's just this one sprinkler here. It's some kind of orbit sprinkler. It's unique. I added it to get all that part of the yard extra, and then to get this area extra because this area doesn't get watered good even though the sprinklers there. And this area doesn't get watered good even though there's not even sprinklers there, but I wanted to get that area better. So this one's one of those unique orbit sprinklers that sprays like super far in certain directions and super short in other directions for like weird shaped yards and stuff. That's why I put it here, because this area is like a weird shape. So it sprays really far that direction, then it gets to there and it sprays short again, as you can see. So it's perfect. You can adjust it to do certain things with those things on the side. It looks like a siren, to be honest. And now it's spraying far again. And then this is also one of those rotors that actually rotates fast. I mean, kind of fast. It's like as fast as the R50s, I think. Maybe a little slower, I don't know. But yeah. It works good. I wish all rotors rotated this fast. But, you know. This is all zone 5, though. Kind of sprays the fence a little too much. I'm thinking about adjusting that. I just gotta find the tools. These sprinklers are one of those that are really hard to adjust. I've seen reviews on it, like, people were saying, oh, it's so not worth it because how hard it is to adjust. And I don't blame them. It is really hard, but, you know, you can figure it out. It's not too bad. But all rotors, to be honest, are hard to adjust. If it was a maxi pod, it'd be easier. I wish they made maxi pods that were like this, where you can make them spray far in certain areas and short in other areas. But you know, yep, this is zone 5. Oh, and this one's also bended, and I have it like that on purpose because if it were straight, it would spray the fence way too much. And I just wanted it to be bent so I can get the yard better over there. So, yeah. But it's a good sprinkler, to be honest. It's getting pretty good. I'm probably going to get wet going over here. Yep, got wet, but it's okay. It sprays up to like right. And it sprays there, then it gets up to like right over here. It gets all the way to the fence, and when it gets to that fence, it goes shorter. I'd say it works good. So yeah, it's zone 5. I'd say it works pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can beat it over here and get over this side before it gets to me. And I've noticed over here, I don't know what's going on with this spot, but there's some Johnny jump ups that have been spreading over here. I originally planted Johnny jump ups over there, some of them, and a lot over there in the front yard. But somehow they spreaded. There's some right there, some there, some right there. So I guess that's nice. I noticed some of the Johnny jump ups that I planted over there landed all the way in the neighbor's yard over there, and there's Johnny jump ups in their flower garden by the rose bushes all the way over there in their yard, in their front yard. So interesting how that happens. So yeah, all zone 5. This is one sprinkler. There's a close view if you want to see it. And that black thing there is what goes up and down depending on the adjustment and keeps it from spraying too far or too short. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it go down or not. I don't know how to. You can kind of hear it click, but you can kind of see it go up again when it goes to that part. Yeah, it went up there. There's 2 sprays on there. There's one lower one, and then there's like that top one that's this far spraying one. So that's kind of a good design, I guess, because then you'd just be spraying too far. This one I only run for 10 minutes because it doesn't really need to be on that long. But the rest of them I do for longer because it's been hotter now, so I've been doing them for a while because it's getting hot and dry here because summer. It took forever, but pretty soon it should change to zone 6 now. And this one you can call like the northwest backyard basically. Zone 4 was like the front yard middle. Zone 5 is like the northwest backyard. So yeah. Okay, it turned off. Now zone 6 should turn on. There we go. It's these two here. Just these two, and this one, these are just like typical hose sprinklers. They work good. There's this one here and then there's that one over there, which kind of sprays in a circle. I don't know if it's enough pressure to go back and forth. I can't remember, but sometimes I was able to do it the other day ago, but I changed it to go in a circle because it goes faster. This one's moving slowly, as you can see, but it does move, and especially when it's going, it goes much faster. It gets the area good. They have more pressure during the day, that's for sure. So this is zone 6, the west backyard fence zone here. This is the last zone now. So once this changes, I'll get to the other side over there and show you that one. But this is one of the ones I added because we can get double coverage and get this area better because this area died, or was dying. The back fence area was dying easily. This one kind of sprays the shed a lot, but it's okay. So there's this one, which might have enough pressure for me to adjust it to go back and forth now instead of just doing a circle. I'll see if it'll work. You just go slow, but it'll work, I think. It's kind of like that one. These used to work good last year. I don't know what happened over the winter, but they obviously rotate a lot slower, so I have no idea what happened, but who knows. It still works properly, so that's good. Gets up to the tree there and it like changes, I'm pretty sure. Yep. This is zone 6, the last zone. So yeah. Just wanted to do a video of the sprinklers because it's been a little bit, and it's always fun to watch them over time and see the differences and stuff. So these are the good ones that water the yard better instead of the rotors and stuff. But rotors don't do that bad. They can water the lawn too. It just takes more time. So yeah. But that's pretty much the sprinkler system at my dad's house. So, yep. I'll go back up here. This sprinkler system does go back and forth, the zone order. But it's fine. I'm used to that. I've always had a lot of sprinkler systems that did that. I had my mom's old house in Clearfield, we had a sprinkler system with culinary water. This was like around 2017. We lived in this house that was huge, but we had no sprinkler system when we moved in. When we installed one, it was just dirt. We were like the first people to live there, so it was just dirt when we moved in. We added grass and sprinklers and stuff. But it had 11 zones for a yard like this size, a little bit smaller actually than this yard. And the guy was like, oh, well, it's culinary water. It's not secondary water. There's not enough pressure to run so many sprinklers on each zone like there is with secondary. So a lot of the zones had like 3 rotors and like 5 sprayers. But it was really back and forth. I think zone 1 originally was like 4 rotors against the back fence of our backyard, and then zone 2 was 3 rotors in the middle of our backyard, and zone 3 was to the you see it here, our house faced like northwest. It was weird. So it was like the east part of our backyard, around the border of the east side of our backyard was zone 3. There's 3 sprinklers, and these were all Rainbird 5000s, by the way. And zone 4 was like the west part of our backyard, and part of our front yard was 4 rotors. And zone 5 was the park strip part of it. The northwest park strip part was zone 5. There was 5 sprayers. Zone 6 was like by the house in the front yard and in the backyard. There was 4 rotors and 2 pop-up sprayers, one on each side of the fence. Zone 7 was in the park strip again, but on the southwest side. Zone 8 was like the middle of the front yard. It was 4 rotors. Zone 9 was like the by the back of the house, by the patio and window well, was like a lot of sprayers. And zone 10 was the drip system on the side of the house and in the front yard. And zone 11 was in the corner of our backyard in the garden, which was also a drip system. So we had a big system there, but this is all for this sprinkler system. As you can see, zone 6 turned off and did pretty well. That's how our sprinklers go at this house right here. So hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, almost a little over 30 minutes, but it works out pretty well. So that's all the sprinklers, and I hope you all enjoyed.